What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney back here again, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to look at some college football. That's right, I'm going to get my college football Week 13 picks out there, and I hope you're excited for some college football today. Listen, if it's your first time here, hey, I'm glad to have you. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back and thanks for watching more videos. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing because that helps me out a whole lot. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the content that we have for today. And, you know, we're taking a little bit of a break from all of the XFL stuff that I've been doing, and I've been doing a picks video every week, so I'm continuing on with that and try to keep that streak alive. Today I've got 4 neat games for you. Hopefully that they're games that you'll enjoy and that with it. The first one is a noon game, and this is kind of our marquee game, and College Game Day is going to be in Columbus. We've got the number 8 Penn State Nittany Lions coming into town, and they're facing the number 2, the Ohio State Buckeyes. This is a noon kickoff, and the Buckeyes are giving up 18.5 points in this one. I don't know. I have kind of mixed feelings about this one. I could see this being a close game, kind of for most of the game, and then I could see the Buckeyes pulling away and winning by like 17 points. Something like that, 17, 14 points, something like that. I could also see this game being a complete blowout from just the word go today. I think that over the past couple weeks, I think Penn State, even though I think that Penn State is a really good team, I think that they've kind of been exposed in a few areas. And so as I look at this game, and as I'm looking at it, you know, I'm looking at Clifford, the quarterback for Penn State. I just we've seen his limitations over the past couple weeks, and you know that Chase Young has been playing like a man on a mission from God to terrorize quarterbacks, and so I think that Ohio State has an opportunity here. Now, granted, I don't know, you know, with him being off for 2 weeks, how that's going to affect his game and how it's going to affect how he plays. He seems to be pretty determined to get these Buckeyes into the college football playoff. He's made it known several times that he plans on being in the college football playoff, and that he's going to try to get this team in that because he's never been there and he wants to play there. So Clifford's going to have kind of some issues with that. The other thing is that really Hamler is kind of their guy, and so if that defensive backfield can kind of shut him down and Chase Young can give Clifford his money's worth today, Penn State's going to have a hard time scoring points, and that's just kind of where I'm sitting at right now. I just, more and more I look at it, looked at it's going to be hard for Penn State. And actually, if you've been paying attention to it, when I set up my notes for the game, the over-under was 18, and it just seems to be climbing. Right now, the line's at 19.5, so it's already moved 1.5 points since I put my notes together about a day or two ago. So that's a lot of movement. So it seems to be people are really high on Ohio State here, and it just does seem like they're playing with a different type of passion. So part of that different type of passion, and this is kind of what I mean. So J.K. Dobbins, it was asked of him this week by reporters of, you know, they're finally going to get a test this week, or they're finally playing a good team. How is he going to deal with? Because he's only been playing about a half of football. How is he going to how is he going to translate into playing a whole game of football? And you know what his answer was? And I love this. I love this. He goes, "What makes you think I'm going to be playing more than a half of football?" If you've been watching him, he's been playing just with this determination that he's going to get every yard this year, that he's going to break it free every chance he gets, that he has just really been playing really tough and really hard. And I've just been really excited watching him play. And so the more and more I look at this thing, especially if I'm just going by the 18 points that I was looking at when I first did this, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes, and I think that they're going to end up winning big today. I think that it's just I think today's their day. I think they're going to have fun there in Columbus, and I think it's going to be a good day for the Buckeyes. Let's go ahead, and I've got kind of a trio of some 3:30 games, so let's go ahead and let's look at some of those. So we got number 13, Michigan Wolverines. They're going into Indiana, and they're playing the Hoosiers there at 3:30. This line is at 9.5 points, and the over/under is 54.5. I think that if you've been paying attention, you've noticed that Michigan is starting to get into their groove, into their stride. They're starting to kind of figure out how these spread offenses work, and the defenses play pretty decent all year. Now, granted, they're not the defenses that we've seen in the past couple years. I just don't think that they have the dudes that they did in the years past. But the defense is still good. But this is a really, really good Indiana team that nobody's been talking about, and they're 7-3 right now in the Big Ten. They're just not getting any respect. I mean, 7-3 in the Big Ten, they should be ranked in the top 25, at least in the top 20 somewhere. I mean, I think that they're that good, and I think they're going to surprise people once they get into the bowl season. Do I think they're going to win today? No. But I think that they're going to give Michigan their money's worth today, to where I think Michigan's going to have to do some things to really pull this game out in the end. I think that 9.5 is too many points for this game. I definitely think that Michigan's a better team, and I think that that's going to show in the fourth quarter. And they're definitely going to pull away. But I'm going to take those 9.5 points today. I think that that's going to be a close line. But I just think that Indiana does have the firepower to stay with Michigan, and I like this Indiana team this year. And so I'm definitely going to go with the Hoosiers on this one. All right, let's go ahead and let's move to another 3:30 game that I've got on the schedule, and that one is UCLA. UCLA is coming into number 23 USC, and this is it's a 3:30 game for me, which is kind of weird. It is a rivalry game, and I would think that they'd want to play this game either really early or late. And so we're getting this, the UCLA and USC game, this year, and it doesn't look like that much of a game on paper. Now USC's favored by 14 points. It seems like UCLA last year, they shocked them, and I think that that's going to be right in their minds. Clay Helton, his job's on the line again today. And, it seems like every week his job is on the line, and it just seems like he just barely does stuff to get by to keep his job. This line is 14 points. USC's giving up 14 points to UCLA. And the over-under 65. I got a feeling that this USC, man, these acronyms for these teams, the Trojans are definitely going to pull away today. I think that they're going to win big. I think they're going to win by more than 14 points, and they're going to keep themselves in that hunt, in the race for the conference championship game. And so, yeah, and I just don't. UCLA really doesn't have a whole lot to play for here, so I'm definitely going to go with USC, and I'm going to give up the points. Now let's go ahead, and I said I had a trio of 3:30 games, and that's what we're going to do. Is number 25 SMU at Navy, and that game's starting at 3:30, and both of these teams are pretty decent teams. If you haven't been watching the AAC, the American Conference this year, you need to just start from here on out, watch the rest of the games this year. There's a lot of really good teams in both sides of the conference that are really battling it out for the conference championship, and so it's going to come down to some really fun games here over the last couple weeks. So do yourself a favor, watch these American Conference games, because they are really really good teams, and it's kind of this year especially. So you've got the Power Five conferences, and then you've got the Group of Five. And right now, in the Group of Five conferences, the American Conference is just kind of heads above the rest of the other conferences, in my opinion, with just talented teams. They've got a really good group of talented teams up there at the top, and so that all being said, this is a conference game that has conference championship applications to it. I think SMU has enough firepower to get past Navy, and Navy scores a lot of points. That over-under seems it seems normally that would be a bit high, that you would want that, but I would maybe go pick the over on this one. I think that SMU is going to score a lot, and I think that they're going to give up a lot of points to Navy, but I think that SMU is going to win probably by like 10 points in the end of it. So I'm thinking something like a 45 to like 31 type of a game, something like that. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and you're going to see a lot of scoring in this one from both sides. But I think that SMU is going to pull it out. I think that SMU has a really, really good team this year. I think that they've really put together a really good core of guys that they've done through the transfer portal, and I think that SMU really is going to be kind of established here as a good team for some years to come. But I like this SMU team at number 25, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the 3.5 points that Navy is giving them and take SMU with this one. All right, guys, those are my picks. The question is what do you think? Do you like my picks? Do you not? Do you have other picks that you kind of think that you have a side on for today? I don't know what it is, but let me know down in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. All right, well, I know that you're busy. I know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good day.